suppose that A is equal to 10.5, B is equal to 8, and then you have an angle A that's equal to 70 degrees. We're asked to find the remaining side and angles. So first I'm going to check to see exactly how many triangles can be formed by finding the height. So to find the height, we're going to have H equals B times sine of A. So H is going to be equal to 8 times sine of 70 degrees. So if we punch this in on the calculator, round it to 2 decimal places, we end up with H is equal to 7.52. Now we want to compare that to A and B. So it actually turns out that A is greater than H because 10.5 is greater than 7.52, and A is also greater than B. So what that means to us is that we're actually only going to have one triangle. So referring back to the law of sines, we're going to have 10.5, which is the length of side A, over sine of 70 is equal to, let's go ahead and do side B here. So we've got equals 8 over sine of B, since we don't know what angle B is. So if we cross multiply and divide out like we're supposed to, we're going to have 8 sine of 70 is equal to 10.5 sine of B. And then to solve for, so we can't solve for sine of B, but we can, or excuse me, we can't solve for B, but we can solve for sine of B right now. So I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 10.5. So we're left with 8 sine of 70 over 10.5 is equal to sine of B. So if you punch that in on the calculator, you end up with 0.716, if I round to the nearest thousandth, is equal to sine of B. Now we want to get B by itself because I want to know just the length of the side, not the sine, or excuse me, the length of the angle, not the size or sine of the angle. So to finish this off, I need to take the arc sine of both sides. So if I take the arc sine of 716, I end up with 45.72 degrees is equal to angle B. And then of course angle C is easy enough to find because I know that all of my angles need to add up to 180. So if I take 70 plus 45.70 and subtract that from 180, we end up with angle C is equal to 64.28 degrees. So the only thing that we're left to find now is the length of side C, and I'm going to do that by using law of sines again. So I'm going to take the 10.5 that I originally had over sine of 70 degrees, and I'm going to set that equal to C over sine of 64.28 degrees. And then of course if we go through the same process of cross multiplying, I get 10.5 sine of 64.28 is equal to C sine of 70. And then to finish solving for C, I'm going to divide both sides by the sine of 70 degrees. So now if we punch that in on the calculator, be really careful how we punch it in because we want to make sure that we're following order of operations. We end up with the length of side C is equal to 10.07 if we round to the nearest hundredths.